Good morning, everybody. This is your buddy Ed Wired streaming on this Saturday morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to my stream. If you're thinking about backing Star Citizen and you haven't yet created an account, I just put into chat and it'll be in the description of this video, VOD. My referral code for Star Citizen, if you use that when you create your account at Roberts Space Industries, you will get 5,000 in-game credits free to help you with a little start. You could buy a gun, you could buy maybe some armor, some other stuff there. Let's go ahead and get into the universe. Now, what we've been doing is we've been using our prospector to mine asteroids. And then we've been taking the raw ore back to the space station, putting it into the refinery, paying for it to be refined. And then like a day later, 20-something hours later, when the jobs are done, we load the refined resources into a cargo ship, and we take the refined resources down to a planet where we can sell it. So basically we are abusing those asteroids for their resources and pocketing alpha UEC credits as our reward for the work. So that's what the title of the stream means. Let me go check on my coffee. I just made a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I love my first cup of coffee in the morning. The first cup of coffee in the morning is so good. Sort of like that first cold beer. Although it's been a while since I've had a cold beer. Oh, look at this. I have parts in my hab. I got out of my bed in the hab, and I see ship parts in my hab. This isn't a good sign. Let's put a helmet on. Now our visor works. How many people are on this server? Nobody's complaining. There's 44 people, so this server isn't full. Psycho Mike's here. Who I don't know who that is. I don't see anybody I recognize. Johnny in space. want some cash. There's Johnny. Let's give Johnny one AUC. There we go. Okay. Oh, there you go. You get one credit. What's this cargo center? Doesn't say mining and refining. Cargo. I think this is different than where I've been before. Cargo. Yeah, I haven't been to one of these before. What suit is this? Novikov.
Hi, thanks for coming in.
I'd like to. How do I join your guild? Okay, cargo center, Galleria hangars and habs. Okay. There's the easy habs. I know I'm at a different space station. Burrito bar. Security. Okay, so I should probably make a note of this. I should write this down. We're at Everest Harbor. Okay, Everest Harbor. So let me tab over to my browser and open up my notes and make a note. Everest Harbor cargo No refining. Okay. So we want to go to Hurl L2. Is where I need to go to check on my jobs. So if we'll get a spaceship out, we'll be doing some flying here in a minute. Alright, there's our Raven that's at Hurl L2. Our Nomad is over there at Hurl L2. Our Cutlass Blue is here. Hurl L2's got our Prospector. L4's and Melodic Fields. So let's go with realism here. Let's get our Cutlass Blue out, since it's the ship that we have here. Pad 01. Let's accept call to arms just in case we run into any bad people. Call to arms, accept offer. Untrack it. Okay. Then Pad 01 is where we're going. We did some, we helped Captain Burks make a YouTube video. Last night I did that. I wasn't streaming, he was streaming. I flew my Cutlass Blue for him, so we may see 10 seconds or so of an hour of gameplay show up in one of the YouTube videos he's making. That would be great. I don't even remember if I bought the Cutlass Blue to have a Cutlass Blue, or whether this is a loaner ship for something that's not in game yet. I don't even remember. That's terrible. That's really bad. But he needed a blue for the video. And I said, oh, I got a Cutlass Blue. So I got this out. And left the Hurl 2. Flew over here. Let me get my joysticks are up. Where's Hurl L2? There's Hurl L2. That's where we're going.
You are clear to launch. Thank you, and please visit again.
Short little flight over here, jump over to Hurl L2, check on our refining. cold weather here. My heater was running all night long. That's why I like my warm coffee in the morning. It makes my throat feel a little bit better. Makes me feel warm inside. Ugh. Now, notice it put us 70 kilometers away. So usually after you drop out, you can do a second jump and it'll knock it down to, about 20. It's just even waiting for the cool down is a lot quicker than trying to fly it on regular power. There we go. So I had 3 jobs at the refinery, and one of the decisions I need to make is, do I want to wait for all 3 jobs to finish, and then I can make one trip with the cargo loaded in the ship and go sell it. That'll have the least amount of overhead for transporting it to market, but have the greatest amount of risk, because if there's a 30K or if the ship blows up, then I lose it all. Or I could take what's ready and go send it to market and then do the others individually, which will cost more money for the fuel and the time of doing them separately. But it reduces the risk, and I could also, depending upon what cargo I'm taking, I could take it to the place that pays the most. So, all things to consider. Let's get our landing pad here.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines offline.
All right. So we've landed. So that Johnny in space is begging for cash. I sent him one. I sent him one AUEC. That ought to be enough, man. If everybody was in the galaxy sent you one credit, you'd be rich. Okay. Now we're somewhere that's got a refining dock. We have to go to the lobby first. Let's all go to the lobby. That's what happens when you play a game before you've had your first cup of coffee in the morning. You forget that you're not at the same space station. Okay, so now we're here. We can leave our Cutlass Blue on the pad. It'll eventually reclaim back in the storage, which is fine. And now you'll notice in this elevator, instead of a cargo deck, we have Refinery. One of the things I've noticed about the refining is they quote you stuff in not SCU, standard cargo units, SCU, but in CSCU. And it's 100 CSCU equals 10 SCU. So you move the decimal point like one place. So when we look at the screen to figure out what size ship we're going to need, we should keep that in mind. That if we pick a ship with the same amount of CSU space as CSU, when we're picking a ship that's 10 times too big. This guy's going to welcome me back. And he's going to say, I see you're back again.
Finding everything all right?
Oh, he's got it. He could say another thing. Wow. Okay, so here we go. These two jobs. This one's got an hour to go. This one's got 3 hours to go. This one is complete. It's got 2176 CSU or about 200 CSU, and it has aluminum and corundum, about 100 CSU each. This job has got corundum. This job has got corundum. So I'll have one. I'll have about 200 corundum when all three jobs finished. And okay, so I could see where aluminum sells for the most. So let's do that. Let's step away from our terminal. Now I found another website that that has mining info on it. Let me go to my tabbed out. I've never had a knock on wood. I've never had a problem tabbing out on my computer while Star Citizen is running, which I feel pretty good. Mining calculator and prices. Aluminum. Okay. Area 18 buys aluminum. Hold on a second, let me scroll down. Port Olisar buys the aluminum. Lorville buys the aluminum. New Babbage. So let's see. 6% at New Babbage. 6% at Lorville. 11. Well, that's selling. Port Olisar buys it. Looks like Area 18 TDD is the best. Let me check another website. That one I was just looking at is uexcorp.space. Right? uexcorp.space. And then Galog is the other one that I've used before. G-A-L-O Galog.co, G-A-L-L-O-G.co, and let's put some filters on. Let's clear all the filters. And then let's say we have aluminum. We can apply that filter. So who pays the most for aluminum? Looks like everywhere is paying $1.33. Oh no, that's what they sell it for. Who buys aluminum? Or maybe this isn't set up. This one may be to the raw. This may be the raw aluminum. I don't know if this one's set up for trading. Because those prices commodity prices. Let's put aluminum in here. Aluminum.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to
That's
storage.
fine. Trying to figure out how to work these this website. Aluminum, ALUM. That's not really a good one either to So it looks like Area 18 TDD is the best place for aluminum. Wow. Look at that. A 30K. That was a 30K. I'm glad I wasn't hauling cargo when that happened. What does that say about the stability of the servers? Okay. Let's look at the people on this server. So this is a brand new server. Only 5 of 7. Oh, wait a minute. Call to arms. I always want to accept call to arms before I forget about it. But I want to untrack it. Untrack. There we go. Boom. Okay. So I think we want to haul some aluminum to Area 18 TDD. I think I need a ship with 100 to 200 capacity, SCU capacity. Let's look and see what matches the bill. Carrick way too big. Or excuse me, Nomad would be 240 CSU. 240 S or CSCU. So Nomad's looking good. I do have a black, that's twice as much. 240, 240. Origin 315 is 12. So Origin and then the Nomad and then the Cutlass Black, those kind of go up. Okay. So let's go get some refining loaded up.
Hi. Good to have you back.
Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Okay, this work order is complete. What if I say Nomad? There's enough space, so it's going to make me take all. So aluminum and corundum, it's going to make me take all of it. So the Nomad has got a little bit of space to spare. Boom. So now our Nomad is loaded up with the cargo. So you can't take just one metal, you got to take it all in that job. Good to know.
Consultant, please report to management as soon as possible.
No.
Consultant to management.
Off to Area 18 TDD we go. In our Nomad. So I finished my first cup of coffee. Now we'll just let its effects kick in. Do I make a second cup of coffee? Maybe. We'll decide when we sell our, after we sell our aluminum and corundum, we'll decide. So I may be hungry, I may want to eat them. Okay. So let's get our Nomad out. You see, this one should have 24 SCU, and it does. We'll retrieve it. We'll be on pad 3. And our dude does not have a helmet on. So we want to equip our helmet. Or else we'd be choking for air when we went out of the airlock. You notice there's all of our cargo in the back. Very nice. Very nice. So we want to go to Area 18 on Arccorp.
You are clear to launch.
Okay.
Launch complete.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Quantum travel engaged.
We go to Arccorp. So I saw in global chat somebody was talking about frame rate. Right now I'm seeing 60, 61, but as they said, when we get to Arccorp, there's a lot more stuff around. Our frame rate is not going to be as good. Won't be as good. Off to Arccorp we go. On Arccorp. Going to Area 18. Saturday morning. Hopefully everybody's Saturday morning is going as good as mine. I slept pretty well. I had the alarm set for 7, and of course I told the alarm to shut up. And I went back to sleep for another 2 hours. That worked out pretty well. I can just sleep when it's cold. looks like Bitcoin is at 37,223 as I write this. So it's up about 2% from yesterday. It was down a little bit yesterday. Up a little bit. There we go.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, so now we need to find the Riker Memorial Spaceport, which is right there. A little bit harder at nighttime. You sort of have to look for a spot that doesn't have many lights and then pick out the flashing light at the control tower. It used to be a little bit easier because you'd come out of warp right, like over it. But now you come out kind of a little bit away from it, so you have to find it. That pattern, the white on top of the red, you can see when it's light, but when it's dark, you kind of have to look for where there's less building lights. What I'm trying to do is stay above 10,000 so I don't run into any of the restricted airspace stuff that happens. If you get down into restricted airspace, they'll grab control of your ship and it can cause you to crash. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. But yeah, there's my space El Camino with my load of cargo in the back. Flying over Arccorp. You can see the city of Arccorp, that round building there at 9 o'clock. I think that's the exposition center. I haven't seen, airport hasn't shown up here yet.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Now we have a landing bay. Okay. See if we can get restocked here.
Landing complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Systems disabled.
Alrighty. No, this is our Riker Memorial Spaceport. Interesting fact, Riker Memorial is named after someone, but it may not be who you think it's named after. You may think it's named after a character in Star Trek Next Generation, but in fact it's named after an early Star Citizen backer who sadly passed away, but they had made such an impact on people in the game in the Star Citizen community that they honored their memory by naming the spaceport after them. So we're going to leave the Riker Memorial Spaceport and go into Arccorp using the shuttle to the TDD to sell our cargo. There's like two tram places. There's one down there and there's one over here. Now right now I'm seeing 45, 43, 44 frames per second. So it's not quite as bad as those people were bitching about. How many people are on this server? So this server's full now. $36, $40, $39, $40, $41, $39. So yeah, the frame rate is definitely lower. Hit 30 there. So not only is there a lot for it to have to draw, but they've progressively gotten better about being more efficient with polygons and all that other kind of stuff that the video cards have to deal with. But this isn't as new as New Babbage, so performance-wise, I don't think it's as optimized. Okay, so here we are, Area 18. Skyscrapers, lights, futuristic. A lot of people think it, you know, it reminds them of Blade Runners type of cities. This goes to the convention center, which there's no event going on, so it's closed right now. And here we are. in Arccorp. You notice we just came out of the AC city flight, the transit, and we're going right over to the trade and development division. Here we go. We want to sell. From our Nomad. Let's sell our aluminum. 1,348. Boom. Got it. Sold. And we want to sell this for $28.65. There we go. Got it. This is acting wonky. Let's walk around the other side, give it some time. Some servers depends upon back-end services for trading. So the server can be fine, but if the back-end service it's running trading is having a problem, then the terminals, the stores, the other types of things may not be working as smoothly. See, there's a big landing pad, but right now that landing pad's not being used. But that's big enough. You could get a larger ship there, and it's right next to the downtown area, the trading and development. So it's my hope that maybe you earn reputation, you earn status, you know, there's something in the future that'll let some people land really close to here, and you don't have to land at the spaceport and take the train ride in. Maybe if you're like a top trader. Okay, sell. Give it a second. I just want to make sure we got everything sold off of the Nomad. There we go. The Nomad 0. Okay, now we could buy stuff into the Nomad to make sure we weren't leaving here empty. But the only thing that we can buy is scrap and waste. Waste is impossible to make any money off of because it sells for the same everywhere. Scrap is you could sell at Port Olisar. We're going back over here to Hurston. And Port Olisar is around Crusader. So it doesn't make sense to buy stuff to have to go here to sell it, to then have to come back here. Right? That doesn't make much sense at all. Alright. But one of the things I could have done is I could have stopped at the Riker Memorial and claimed my prospector, and then when I left here I could have jumped in the prospector and then gone to the asteroid mining belt, right? If I'd been thinking ahead. But I wasn't thinking ahead. No, I wasn't thinking of it.
We're
I don't-
sorry. You've exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage.
But anyway, here's the square in Arccorp. Right, we got City Flight where we came
For
in.
your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation. Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate
Whole
the
bunch of
area.
stuff here.
Thank you for your
It's
cooperation.
pretty cool. Well, I remember when this was the new hotness. Everybody was hanging out here. At some point, we're going to get the medical system a little bit further along, and if you get hurt or you die, this will be a spawn point where you come back in at the medical unit, or I guess you could check yourself in for treatment.
Draft now approaching.
I mean, Area 18 would be livable compared to Hurston, which is basically a worker prison planet. You know, Area 18 looks great. But if you're an outdoors kind of person, right? You know, Area 18 would be great if you're an indoor cat because it's all buildings. The whole planet is nothing but a sprawling megatropolis. But if you like outdoors, the new Babbage on Microtech is nicer, but it's very cold. So you'd have to like continuous winter conditions to like it on New Babbage. Hurston is a crappy planet with the exception of the few garden areas that the executives have access to. So it's not good. And then Crusader's a gas giant, so it has no solid ground, and the floating cities of Orison aren't in game yet. And Levski is really a moon, and I mean it's got low G, but there's like no atmosphere really, so that's not really a cool place to hang out. So there's not really that many places. I'm trying to think which moons have atmospheres. There we go. But yeah, at one point when they were running the exposition hall, there were trains that used this door that went to the exposition hall, and then at some point they took that out. Also, there was it this door, or there was a place where, no, maybe it was through here. They had the Drake exposition. Drake wasn't in the expo hall, but they had space. They rented, yeah, it was over here, where you went. There was a place where you just kept going straight. Okay, so we need to get a spaceship out to fly back over to her L2. And I could spawn a ship here, but if we stick with realism, we're going to hop back in our Nomad.
Your personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Hangar 3.
Obey all security and customs personnel at all times.
And they haven't opened up the interplanetary flights yet, but I think the Drake convention was maybe through one of these doors that were using.
Please be aware that while in the Stanton system,
Hangar
and
3.
on Arccorp, all UEE common laws are still in effect.
So yeah, there was a convention on Arccorp in 2019, I guess, our time, and then 2020's convention was held on New Babbage on Microtech, and I don't remember. I guess I wasn't playing the game serious enough. Where the convention was before that. I don't think they've ever had. I don't remember one ever being on Hurston. I may just be forgetting. They could have had it on Arccorp 2 years, and they've kind of blended together in my brain. But I haven't been what I would call like a hardcore backer of this game. I think maybe 3.8 is when I started playing. We're at 3.12 now. It's been about 2 years, I think. Okay. So notice we're fully fueled up. We took care of that. Where are we going? We're going back to Hurl L2.
You are clear to launch.
Thank you.
Launch complete.
Don't go up too fast. The doors may not be
Landing
open.
gear retracted.
But yeah, this is basically it. You got the spaceport here. Area 18. There's the tower. And it's cityscape for as far as you can see. As you can see, there we go. Flying back over we're flying from Hurston to, or from Arccorp to Hurston. It's going to take 221 quantum fuel. The Nomad had, 700 and something at its capacity. So it's not bad. It's got enough to go from one side of the Stanton system to the other. Some of your smaller fighters don't have, or your starter ships don't have enough, and you have to stop somewhere, but this isn't the whole distance, and it's not too bad. Now, if we were in a mining ship, we would stop, like in the asteroid field, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get up and stretch my legs while we're flying. I'll be right back. And I decided to start a second cup of coffee. Very nice. Very nice.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
I guess if you think about it, it makes sense to have the refinery stuff out on long spindles. That way, if there's an explosion or anything at the refinery, or there's any kind of, noxious chemicals or whatnot, it's isolated from the rest of the space station. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, we're abusing asteroids by mining them and turning them into the profits. Well, shipwrecks online.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
I know I have a lot of friends in game. I do have some though. It's always nice to see them in game. Usually we haven't hooked. We don't hook up and play together a lot. Sometimes if I met them through a stream, it's only, you know, when the same streamer we were watching is online. But you know, I'm hoping to change that. I did create an org, the Pareto Principle, Pareto Partners. Pareto. If you search on that, you can find it, and it's just about low effort, okay rewards. You know, not too formal, not hardcore in the least bit, not like a serious commitment required. But and primarily people that play, I think in the morning, East Coast time right now would be a good match. Speak English, have a mic, be willing to do a little bit of role play. Those are kind of like the only rules. I do have my first recruit who's ordered a system that'll play Star Citizen.
Landing complete.
And the schedule may change depending upon his availability. Like if he wants to play in the evening, then, you know, maybe more evening gameplay time. But for now, that's it. If you're interested in joining, find us, send in an application, and we could do some multiplayer stuff, or cooperatively help each other on missions, that kind of deal. Back again. So yeah, right now Hurl 2 has been, and notice the Nomad's unique. It's got these hover landing gear, which are very interesting. So we're back here. This has kind of been my base station for a while. I don't know if it's a good or a bad place to be based, but you know, I don't get lost in over analysis of things. I'm not trying to min-max. I just wanted to get in and have some fun. And I'm not streaming to try to make this a full-time job or to, you know, be a big deal. I essentially just start up the NVIDIA software to stream whenever I get in here to play and I feel talkative. Sometimes I play offline. I don't stream, but I'm online in the sense of being in the Star Citizen universe, but I don't stream. And I could just sit here quietly and get in an hour of gameplay. And I don't have to talk the whole time. That's nice, but when I do feel like talking, I'll stream it up there to Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch live, or the VOD after the fact, or these show up over on YouTube about a day later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for following or subscribing, depending upon which platform you're on. And again, if you're interested in Star Citizen, you want to become a backer, you want to check it out, if you use my referral code, which will be in the description of this video and in the chat, you'll get 5,000 in-game credits free, extra to use. That's nice. And when enough people use my referral code, then I get some nice stuff in game too. My advice to people that are new to Star Citizen: this is alpha. The game's not fully finished. There's bugs, there's errors, the gameplay loops aren't complete. And so my recommendation is you don't have to buy an expensive starter package. Buy the least expensive package. Everything pretty much is going to be available to you in game. We got 4 minutes 24 seconds. Everything's going to be available to you in game to purchase with credits that you earn in game, like we're doing right here. So do that. I'm going to get the cup of coffee that just finished on the coffee machine here in my house. Let me walk over there and get that.
Finding everything all right?
Yes, I am. Delicious. We can do our research now. Let's see what things are in this this job.
Hey, back again, I see. Welcome.
Let's
See anything
what's
you like?
Okay. Gold, corundum, and bull race, but by far it's mostly gold. So let me tab out here and see what gold. What I'm told about gold. Gold sells for the most Porto, Levski, Grimhex, Area 18, New Babbage. I'm seeing 641 is what it sells. Like, let's look at gold in this other chart. 15% on Arccorp. Lorville's pretty high. That's close to us. Oh, that was buying. So I think we'll take this to Lorville then.
Feel free to take a look around.
Yeah, I think we're going to
We've got a pretty
Lorville
good
on this
selection.
load. Okay. Work order complete. Let's send it to the Nomad. Hold on a second. Okay. Now let's go. Let's get in our spaceship.
Scheduled waste disposal has been postponed until further notice.
Pad 4.
Hazmat team to head down to the subdeck. We got a camp spill.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time to depart.
Okay,
We will have to return your ship to storage.
it's fine. I just pick it back up out of storage.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Not a problem.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
I think if I had maybe opened up my mic and asked for takeoff permission, it would have reset that timer. So there's two of them here. So we're going to retrieve the one that's here because that's the one with the cargo. You say, Ed, why do you have two Nomads? I believe one is a loaner for something, and the other one I bought. Which one is it? 4. Not hangar 4. I'm sorry. Pad 4 is what I want. And it fits, it's fitting a nice little niche with its cargo size. It's working out for me pretty good. Now there's a new patch that's, this is the hangar. We don't want the hangar, we want the pad. There's a new patch, not in the PTU, but in the Evocati have a new patch. And when a new patch comes out, typically any of the refining jobs you have in progress, any cargo you have in ships gets lost when the new patch is applied. There's like a reset that happens. So normally patches are released first to the Evocati because there's still a whole bunch of things that need to be fixed. And they test and they report. And then when the patch is looking better, then it gets released to the PTU, the test universe. And people that have access to that, which isn't everybody, but it's a lot more than Evocati, play the game, report the bugs, see what the stability's like. And then only after it gets pretty stable, and looks ready for release in PTU, does it get released into the PU, which is where we are, the persistent universe. So I definitely don't want to have ships full of cargo or mining or refining jobs completed or running when a patch moves from PTU to PU. So if I had to guess, we got plenty of time. We got at least another week before that becomes an issue. Let's go to Hurston. And Lorville. There we go, Lorville. Boom. And then we'll take off permission.
You are clear to launch.
Very good. Okay, so without knocking over my coffee, let's get this joystick here. And let's take off.
Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Quantum travel engaged.
Yep, peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. This is not a long trip at all. To go from one of the Lagrange points to the planet. So from one of the Her stations to Her is not that long. And it's dark now on this side of the planet.
Quantum travel engaged.
This is a spline jump over to Lorville. Darkness into light.
Quantum travel
And that big building that dominates the middle of the screen, that is the Hurston Corporation. They own this planet and they dominate all the workers that live here. I happen to know that where I'm pointed is where the Tisa spaceport is located. Again, I'm going to stay above 10,000 so I don't run into the restricted airspace deal. Well, yep, that's the Hurston Corporation's galactic headquarters down there. This is not the prettiest planet. There's a sea that we really can't do a lot with. You see there's the perimeter of the city. There's gates out there at that very edges. The rest of it's kind of walled off. We don't see cargo in the back of this. Sometimes there's a visual bug where you do have cargo, but it's not showing up. Okay. Saying, please contact ATC to land. Sometimes these doors can close up a little quick on you. So you don't necessarily want to call for your landing pad immediately. Because you may, they may close on you as you're getting down here.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Okay, so there's our landing bay.
Landing gear engaged.
I do like dual sticks. Other people fly with the keyboard and mouse.
Landing complete.
Landing
Whatever
complete.
you're comfortable
Have a
with.
pleasant day.
Disabled.
Okay. The newer design ships, like the newer design cities, are a little bit more efficient. And some of the things they've decided they want to do in game, like by having components and stuff, they've got the spaces and the access done, so you can see there's a little bit better use of space. The scale's a little bit better. Some of the older ships, the Aurora, the Constellation, the Hornet, they're not, you can see they're not as nice. They're holding off on fixing and doing some stuff to the ships until they get closer to release, because why do it once and then change your mind? You want to do something later, and so that's a thing. Alrighty. So if you want to rent a ship, there's rentals. If you want to buy a ship, new deals, you can buy ships. There's the dealer. Here's where you store. You get ships in and out. You store them. We're going to the mass transit now. We can choose to go to the business district, or we could go to the housing area in the place where there's stores and stuff, which is Metro Center. But we're going to Central Business District.
To trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
All right, made it. Nope, it's not as nice as Arccorp. Shiny and clean is not anything anybody ever called Hurston
Do not block doors.
or Lorville.
Next stop, Central Station.
Now you'll notice when we get off at Hurston's World Headquarters, it immediately looks shiny and clean and rich. They're set up to have these trains run up the side of the building, you know, like inclined. But they don't do it now. That building is so large you can see it from outer space. I think that was the idea the Hurstons were trying to send. The other train line goes around to the various perimeter gates. That one you have to go to the, you take the other train line, then you get to the station that connects to all the gates. If you want to get out a ground vehicle, that's what you do. There used to be package delivery missions where you could just ride the trains and deliver packages. I did some of those for a while, especially when I lost all my money and started off with zero. Okay, so look at this. This is shining, gleaming marble with gold. There's the trains that go up the side of this big Hurston headquarters. Gold statues of people who named Hurston. Hey, hey, buddy. Hey, man, are you okay? What's going on? So we're going to go in here and sell our cargo that we couldn't see in our Nomad. Archibald Hurston Memorial Hall. And this is where Constantine Hurston works. We may do some jobs for him at some point. That's his office there straight ahead. He's one of the NPC job givers in this game. We can buy here, but let's sell. Give it a second. Thinking from our Nomad. Okay, so first let's sell the corundum for $7.57. Let's sell the gold for $7,571. Now remember, the cost to haul it, the cost to operate the prospector to get it, and the refining cost that we paid. You know, those all come into our, those all affect our profitability. No, I'm not putting it into a spreadsheet, and I'm not taking the time to use the tools that are on the website. Now, if we wanted to buy, again, we wanted to buy into our ship, the only thing they sell here is scrap and waste. And the only place you can't really make money off of waste, it's 0.01 everywhere that I know of. And you'd think the farms would buy it, but maybe it doesn't work that way. And then scrap, you could buy it here and you could sell it at Port Olisar above Crusader, but it's sort of out of the way. So, unless you've got a reason. And then you get to Port Olisar, and the things that they sell are constantly sold out. Like they sell med supplies and food supplies, and you can never buy enough there to fill up your ship. So you end up making a one-way run to Port Olisar when you sell your scrap, because you don't have anything to haul back from there. So it's kind of a losing proposition. Okay, now we're back on the train. One of the positive things about scrap is it's a cargo that costs the least, so you can fill up a ship with scrap, and if at 30Ks you don't lose as much. As if you had a ship full of diamonds or something that cost more, but yeah, your manufacturing centers want the resources, and they only have scrap and waste to sell. Now, there are other places on this planet that sell things. So maybe the move would be to jump from the spaceport here to a mining place, buy the stuff or whatever, but I haven't looked at doing that. And then you bring it back here, so probably not.
Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
You can see our Nomad is still there in the hangar. Let's try this. Let's see if we can keep it from getting...
We're sorry.
Security
We've
reserves
exceeded
the
the
right to
allotted
search
time to
travelers
depart.
at any
We will
time.
have to return your ship to storage. Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks
Yeah,
is a
looks like we
serious
waited too
and
long.
dangerous offense.
Initiating ship storage procedure.
That's
For your
okay.
safety,
It
please
doesn't
vacate
matter
the
if it
area.
stores it. We can
Thank
get it
you
right
for
back
your
out.
cooperation.
There's the other train lines I was talking about.
Make sure you have collected all property when clearing customs.
Okay. So if we look on our screen here, our Raven is at Hurl L2. A bunch of other ships we could call up. The Nomad is here in Lorville. Cutlass Blue's at L2. Prospector's at L2. Origin 100I is at L4. Let's pull our Nomad out. And remember, in the future, you won't be able to just pull ships out your butt. You'll be limited to the ships that you have where you are. Hangar 6. Or you'll have to do a reclaim,
which will have a time delay and a cost associated with it. So we're getting ready for the realism of that, although that's quite a ways off, I'm sure. Hangar 6. Notice my hydration is showing down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's showing 87%. This isn't as bad as DayZ, but every now and then you do need to eat and you do need to drink. If you get in, you play for an hour, 2 hours a day. Typically only doing it once per play session is enough. You don't have to worry about it. You do have to take your helmet off to be able to eat or drink. You do need to buy your food and your water somewhere that sells it. If you have storage, you can store it, but
Welcome. Your journey begins now.
let's go ahead and get these hangar doors opened up.
You are clear to launch.
Okay. Where are we going? We're going to Hurl L2. Right there. Set route. It's not cooperating, so we'll go ahead and take off before the doors close.
Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Being crazy. Which one? What is that right there? That's OM1. Crew L6. Arc L3. Everest Harbor. Let's jump there real quick. Okay, wonderful. Now, let's get Hurl L2 going. There we go. Sometimes it'll act wacky if you try to jump somewhere and there's not like from where I was on the ground at Lorville, there wasn't like a direct way to go to Hurl L2. So that's why I jumped up to the space station first. And then you could see it started working on it. So. Little tricks, little things. Thought I was going to jump into the prospector and mine asteroids, but because these loads were ready, because I slept a little bit later, I ended up, taking the refined stuff to market. What I'll probably do is after I eat breakfast, I'll probably jump on again and take this last refining job that's at the space station. I'll take it, I'll go sell it, and then I'll, if I play some more, I'll jump in the prospector. I'll start some more jobs running. So just depends on how my day shakes out. But I don't like sitting still in the chair for that long, and it looks like we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Also, from a stream statistics standpoint, I kind of like to get in 1 hour to 2 hours a day, and sometimes I'm motivated to, like save some for the next day. Because there's this crazy days stream statistic. There's hours, but there's a days streamed statistic that Twitch keeps track of too. So you could knock out, 4 hours in one day, take the next day off, and that would count as 4 hours, but only one day. Or you could stream 2 hours today, 2 hours tomorrow. It'd be 4 hours, but then it would say, 2 days. So. The other thing is, if I'm tired of talking, sometimes I play off stream, and I just can sit here and quiet. And I may do that later on today. But I thank everybody for watching. My name again is Ed Wired. That's my channel here on Twitch. If you like what you see, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. These end up saved as a VOD, view on demand, so you can come back after the fact when I'm not live and watch them on Twitch. And I also they hang around for 30 days, I think. And I also export these over to YouTube onto my YouTube channel. If you're watching there, thanks. You can comment if you want there. You can get alerts when new videos show up. And then if you ever want to watch live, if you want to try to play with me, Twitch is the place for that. And you can join my organization, the Pareto, P-A-R-E-T-O partnership, and maybe we'll play a game some. So just wrapping up here. Gonna land back here at Hurl L2.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear engaged.
Sometimes you can't tell which is up and which is down. That thing with 3 lights up there, that's one of the guns, the turrets that they've added to, provide some protection here at the space stations.
Landing complete. Engine systems.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
So about 140 unit expenses to repair and fuel our ship for that round trip. So that comes out of our profitability. Here we are back at our temporary home. Now I do have a large spaceship I could live on, and I also have a ship that's not in game that builds, like building homestead components. So they don't have that in game yet, where you can claim a piece of land and build your space house on that land. But I look forward to that when that's added into the game, and that's probably at least 3 or 4 years off, but I look forward to that time. Living on a spaceship, it's probably maybe a year away from being possible. Right now, you can't like take a bunch of food and water onto the ship and reliably store it, for whatever. You can do a bed log off. You can on a ship that's got a bed. You can, if you're not near anything, go to the bed, log out of the game, and then come back into the game, wake up in the bed. You can do that, but you can't truly just stay out there. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Enjoyed this little 2 hours of gameplay. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, probably Sunday morning, maybe a little bit closer to noon. Weekdays it's earlier, weekends it's a little bit later. Depending upon my mood, I may pop back on later today when I sell that last run. We'll all see. Anyway, thanks for watching. My name's Edward. We'll see you later.